Hi everybody! Today I'm back in my vegetable garden. As you can see, my tomato plants are growing nicely, and some of them are getting large enough where I can attach them to this trellis system. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I want to show you something first. So as you can see, we are still having winds. It's usually breezy all the time, except maybe dead of summer. And so what our tomato plants sometimes do is they get blown to the side, and so they'll grow sideways and then they'll start heading up to the sun. What I'm going to do today is help them grow straight by attaching them to this trellis system. Years ago, my husband and I found some ties for plants that were very whimsical, and we decided, you know what, that's a cute idea to add a little whimsy to our garden and have a little fun. And here's what they look like. So they are frogs, as you can see, and they are bendable. They are rubber, so they won't rub hard against your plant and possibly cut the vine or cut the stem. And so they work out great. So that's what I'm using on this trellis system. As you can see, the whole thing is flexible. You can bend the arms, you can bend the legs. They bend in pretty much any direction. So this comes in very handy when you're tying plants to a trellis structure. Let's get started and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards and how I bend them around the trellis system and the plant. As you can see, I have taken the legs of the frogs and bent them around the thicker portion of the stem of the plant, and the top of them I have wrapped around part of the trellising tubing and around the top of the plant. That way they stand up and hold to that trellising system. And like I said before, that's important, at least in our area with the winds, to help that plant start to grow straight and have a little more support. And now I'll just continue down the line of these plants and attach them as I can. So this plant hasn't grown tall enough to be able to attach it to the trellis, so I'm not going to do anything with that one today. And same thing with this one, and this one, and this one. Just to give you another look on how I attach those, here's the first ones that I was able to attach, and you can see them wrapped around the tomato and the tubing of the trellis. And as these tomatoes grow, I will adjust these ties upward. While we're out here, I want to show you my cherry tomato plant. You're probably noticing this doesn't look like the one I had there before, and it's not. When I took the other one out of the pot, I noticed there were hardly any roots, which was really odd and made me very skeptical on whether it would survive. Well, it didn't. So I went to the store and bought myself a new cherry tomato plant. This one is a super sweet cherry 100. What has survived is my spoon tomato. So if you remember, I planted 4 different cuttings of this tomato plant, and I said I do that in case the main one doesn't survive. And I'm glad I did that because one has survived and it's doing well. You can see it has blooms on it, so we should be getting those tiny little tomatoes soon. So there's an update on my tomato plants and how they're doing. I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.